Ladies and gentlemen, in this video I'm going to show you several easy methods that you can use to level up 35 times or more in less than a day. Most of these methods can be used every single day, and some of them, like quests and stuff, can only be done once because after that they won't be available anymore. Alright, method number 1. Fortnite was nice enough to give us some Kickstart Quests. The requirements for these are all pretty basic. It's things like searching chests or heist bags, discovering locations, activating augments, collecting bars and stuff like that. However, every single one of these quests is going to give you 25,000 XP each. Additionally, we also have the Week 0 quests. This is the exact same system as last season. There are 6 normal quests which give you 35,000 XP each, and then there's one a little bit harder but special quest which is going to give you a full level up upon completion. Depending on how quick you find the required items, these weekly quests should not take you more than 10 to 15 minutes. What also really helps is that with most of these quests, when you have to damage opponents, you can also damage the low card minions or some of the bosses, and then you don't have to struggle to do things against a real player. Up next we got daily quests. Every single day, 3 of your daily quests are going to give you a bonus XP of 15,000, and the daily quest itself is going to give you 1000 XP upon completion. Those daily quests, they can be completed indefinitely, so if you feel like it, you can do 1000 of them every single day. Now, if you don't sign in on a specific day, your daily quest XP, so the 45,000 I was talking about earlier, is going to get transferred into Supercharged XP. And Supercharged means that for every single ammo box that you open, chests, etc., instead of getting 100 XP, you'll suddenly get 800, depending on how much Supercharged XP you got. We also have a brand new set of Snapshot Quests. The first set belongs to Nolan Chance, and these also aren't that difficult, but keep in mind what I said about the opponents. If you have to do specific things, go to any of the 3 new POIs and use the bots to complete the quest because it goes a lot faster. Some of these quests also require you to travel around the map a lot. The new vehicle that we have really is very nice to just quickly get from point 1 to B. Alternatively, you can also use the rocket ram, and for some reason I'm finding a whole lot of shockwave grenades, so if that's the same for you guys, it shouldn't be a problem to move around quickly. The next method is Creative XP, but this one can be separated into 3 different categories. So first of all, we have normal Creative XP. These are maps that were made in Creative 1.0. Think of maps like The Pit, Frozst Survival, Tilted Towers Gun Game, Death Run, stuff like that. In these maps, you will pretty much get XP for every single thing that you do, and you'll get playtime XP. For example, if you play on The Pit and you make an elimination, you will get XP for that elimination. If that's a headshot, you'll get even more XP. And then if you play on the map for 15 minutes, you'll get even more XP. Now, there's also another method that you can use the regular creative maps for. This one is called AFK XP. There are certain maps available that require you to interact with an X amount of buttons, and if you do that in the correct order, you'll start accumulating XP. The only thing is that you have to move every 10 to 15 minutes because otherwise the XP is gonna stop. A map that I really preferred last season was called Spider Island, but unfortunately this one doesn't seem to work anymore. I found a different one which gives me about 140,000 XP every 15 minutes. This is really not bad at all. I've put the map code in the description. What you want to do is head over to this map, make sure that you enter a private game, go all the way to the bottom right side, build 3 ramps, then build a floor, do an emote and interact with the button that you can find there. You get transported into a room with a timer that starts counting down from 10 minutes. Wait for the timer to finish and then input the following code: 5375. This is going to take you to a different map. Make sure to grab a grappler, preferably several of them, and then there are 5 different areas that you need to interact with. First off, enter the house on the left, go inside of the door, go to the room on your left, mantle on the floor above, and then walk over to the chair to interact with that one. In the house straight ahead of you, you need to go up to the roof, and there's also a button there that you need to interact with. Then you go back to that same house, go up the stairs, enter the first room on your right, and then interact with the window, which is going to give you more XP. Then there's one house remaining, so you go over to the house on your right, enter the door and go to the living room, and then interact with the steering wheel of the ship. There's a word for that, I'm not sure what it's called. Anyway, go back to that house, go up the stairs, go to the room which is straight ahead, and then interact with the clock that's on the right side of the room. After that, just sit back and watch the magic happen because you're gonna get about 145,000 XP in those 2 minutes. Okay, so for both the normal and AFK maps, your daily limit is 400,000 XP. This resets at the same time as your daily quest reset. There's also UEFN Fortnite map XP. This works a little bit different because when you play a UEFN map, you don't immediately see how much XP you get. Take only up Chapter 1 for example. If you go onto that map and play for a little bit, then you go back to the lobby and you're gonna get an XP reward saying, hey, you played on this map, here is 60,000 XP. You can just start up the map and go AFK. There is a separate limit of 400,000 XP for UEFN maps, but I find those to be a bit more time consuming. If any of you know different maps that you should play because they give XP real fast, then feel free to leave it in the comment section to help out your fellow players. Alright, next method is Save the World. This is still very good XP. You can either set up an endurance mode for yourself, or you can just play Ride That Lightning, which will give you about 50 to 60,000 XP per run. I think that the limit for Save the World XP is set to 450,000 XP. If this is wrong, wrong, please let me know in the comments down below. Then we have loop paths and milestones. This is the method that I use to get about 15 level ups in 3 hours, and I'm going to try to walk you through it. So basically, when you enter a new game, you want to pick a spot on the map that you feel very comfortable with. Try to find every single chest and ammo box in that spot before you go over to the next location. At the same time, the milestone system is the exact same as it was last season, meaning that you don't have to complete 20 stages of the same thing. Instead, you have exploration, combat, and challenges. And within those 3 categories, you'll get different quests. Think of things like gaining shields, collecting items, destroying objects, damaging opponents, headshotting opponents. Most of these things can be quite time consuming. But the thing that's going to make you level up really fast is that whenever you complete 3 milestones within the same category, you're going to get 30,000 bonus XP. And this can go really fast because at the same time, go back to the loop paths, not only are you looting items in the map, so every single chest is going to give you 100 XP, ammo boxes, eliminations give you 250 XP, but then you also get things like reaching the top 50 players, being the first person on the map to interact with an NPC, taming wildlife, using sprays, and things like that. There are 2 downsides to this because first, you can also get eliminated by enemy players, especially if you're playing solo, and that can be quite annoying if you're trying to grind some XP. And second is whenever you complete 20 stages of every milestone category, you won't get 2000 XP for completing a milestone, and you also won't get bonus XP anymore. So eventually this method is going to cap, but for now it's really good to get your levels going. Then there is one last thing that I want to talk about. This is bot lobby. So everything I just mentioned about the loop paths and the milestones, you can also do those things in bot lobbies, but then additionally you want to go for eliminations. The way you set up a bot lobby is you need to have a second account. So for example, if you're playing on PC, you can use a Nintendo Switch, Xbox, mobile phone, or anything like that. Make sure that you have a level 1 account that you use to join yourself with, and then start a game of Battle Royale, not zero build, but Battle Royale squads. The reason why you should play Battle Royale is because there's a higher likelihood of getting bots than there is in zero build. I've seen people mention this a lot. I'm not sure if it's 100% true, but for me it seemed to work. Anyway, once you get to Spawn Island, make sure that you leave the game with your level 1 account, and that way you're going to enter a map with a lot of bots that you can knock down, and make sure to save them whenever you encounter a full squad, because if you knock down 3 of those 4 opponents, and you then eliminate the 4th one, you're also going to get a multi-elimination bonus, which can go up to 500. Additionally, for every single knock that you make, you'll get 250 XP, and then also for getting the elimination itself. And there we go. That is everything that I used from Friday until Saturday in order to reach level 37. My total playtime to achieve this was about 6 hours, of which 1 hour was spent in creative just farming AFK XP. Let me know if this helped you, and if there's anything I forgot, feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you at the next one.